This is IO Live. I'm Timothy Jordan, and I'm at the Community Lounge. This is where anybody can swing by, meet up with old friends, or make new ones. I'm going to go find some certification alumni to talk to them about the program. Hey, Marga. Hi, everyone. How you doing?
Doing good, how are you?
Awesome.
Really great.
I'm sitting here with Henry, Ashesh, and Somya, and they're all alumni in the certification program. I'd like to ask you just a few things about the program, if that's okay.
Yeah, sure.
Let's start with, how did you get involved? Like, what made you want to get certified?
So actually before in Indonesia they have like a scholarship. So they give out the 500 scholarship for the people to take with the Udacity and certifications. And I registered on that one and I got it. And then after that I tried the certifications. And yeah.
So your path was some scholarships to certification?
Yes.
Ashesh?
Okay, so if you see the reason I went for the certification, in our professional life, we strive for few things. One of them is to prove the worth to ourselves, and second is to prove our worth to others. So to proving worth to ourselves, we go for a benchmark, right? We try to achieve it. So for me, that certification was a benchmark, a milestone achieved. And once I've achieved that, there's only one way, that is to go for something higher, right? So this was one reason to prove myself the worth, so that I can, go for more higher things. So certification was a commitment to me, to myself, to go for in search of more knowledge. And second thing is to prove worth to others. So if you see, when you go for the job, there are various phases. There are interviews, there are tests and everything. But the first phase is always the qualification. What degrees do you hold? What certifications do you hold? If you don't cross that door, there's no point. I mean, you might be a very good programmer or something, but if you don't have the initial key to that door. So to have a certification, you always have a key to open a door. So that was the other thing which I went certification for. So in short, to gain confidence and to be job ready. Right?
Thank you. And Somya?
So I've been working on Android since 2010. So it's been 8 years now with Android as a developer. I started with Android 1.6 and I've done various applications in Android at different levels. Play Store based applications, a lot of enterprise applications in the last 3-4 years and things like that. But I think what was the pusher, what pushed me to do the certification was probably that, like Ashish said, there's a benchmark or there's a standard with a certification. And after working for so long in Android, worked on various kinds of applications, how do you differentiate yourself from the others? That was a differentiation factor. So when I remember about 2 years back, there was a conference in Google where I'd asked about the certification, and they said, yes, we're going to roll out the program soon. And so I'd registered with the community groups, and I got the email, so I was more than happy to try it. And it actually is a very, a 360-degree view on what your experience is, a certification. It judges you on a lot of skills, not just one core skill. You need to talk, you need to, 360 degrees of your skills are being mapped there. So that was a great way to get that done, actually. So that's how I got into it, and I'm happy that I achieved it also.
Thank you. Can you each tell me one thing that has been helpful in your career because of certification?
Sure. So actually, in my current organization, we now have a team of about 20 mobile developers, mobile team more or less. And what I noticed was we had the support of the management for conducting various certifications and things like that. But when we did the certification, and I told my team that, see, I did this and it was cool, and it gave a validation to the team also that how we are doing this. And after that, very quickly, we have almost 10 team members now who are certified already. So that was a big boost, energizer to them too, from a team lead to the rest of the team saying that, oh, you should do this. And then that has worked out very positively for them.
So we had to talk to them about exposing our internal APIs, and then our boss had to sit with them. So this was the one thing which motivated, when I was getting into Android. That point of time, I thought, okay, I will try to make the Android app in-house for my company. But the certification was not there, so I was also a little hesitant to ask my boss that to give this job to me, because the app matters as such financially. So, but once I got the certification and I told my boss, he was very happy about it, and of course, he was quite confident. So, till now, I have developed 2 Android apps for my company that is in-house. So, we have more control over the app, especially since I'm working already. I know the back end and everything, and our consumers also get a more robust and something more user-friendly app. So, this certification has helped me to gain the confidence with my boss and to move my career in Android app development.
Before I took the certifications, it's like whenever I apply to a company, I always choose the Android developer job, and then they always give me the interview for iOS developer job. So and then I try the certifications, and then after I get certified, it's naturally it just knocked them to their senses that okay, I'm certified by Google. So then they give me more chance. They give me chance for interview, for the test.
Yeah.
Otherwise, before it, no one. They just give me the test for iOS.
Thank you all so much for sharing your story with me today.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
If you'd like to learn more about certification, head on over to g.co/dev/certification. I'm Timothy Jordan, and this is IO Live.